Hello YouTube, Reddit Math here, and welcome back to some more Dungeons of Dredmor. In this episode, just as promised last time, we've gone ahead and gone to the shop, cleared out the majority of our inventory. I've held on basically to food, got rid of almost all of the mana regen stuff because I haven't really been needing it. Kept just a couple of grog to drink, as that was the greatest mana increase of anything I had. And then some of the mushrooms, just to keep those around in case they come in handy later. We're going to go ahead and reapply some of our buffs. Speaking of mana, let's go ahead and do another thaumaturgic tap. And then we're going to strike out to boldly go where no red has gone before. So we've got... oh, and another grog right there. That was convenient. I actually forgot that that was on the ground.
Critical.
Nice. We've still got the rest of floor 3 to clear out. Things are going relatively well so far. Floor 3 hasn't turned out to be nearly as dangerous as I thought it was going to be. Of course, ever-present sort of looming in the back of my mind is the worry of our first monster zoo and just how quickly it's going to end our lives. Oh, bolas. Interesting. Some of the thrown weapon consumable stuff, like I'm curious to see... oh, I was hoping he would set off the boulder plate. My guess is his floatiness prevents that from actually being tripped. Okay. Boulder trap there. As soon as we do encounter that first monster zoo, that is truly going to be the first major test of our mettle here. Alright. So, pretty much every time I open a door, my blood pressure spikes a little bit, but that's okay. Come on, Octo.
Critical hit.
These guys are definitely still the worst enemy on the floor for me, as their non-physical damage just absolutely gets through our builds. High block and high armor absorption. You see here, something that's just doing physical damage, just we're healing during the fight. Actually gaining HP. Oh. Okay. My max HP thing wore off. I was like, did I just drop 5 health for no apparent reason? Go ahead and eat a little bit there. Oh, and it has happened. Okay. Not panicking. First thing we want to do is get a little bit of space here. So... back up and to the right, that's going to lead into a dead end. This way leads back out into the rest of the floor. So that's going to be our best bet. Now, I don't really have any movement skills like teleportation or anything. I think what I'm going to want to do here is we've got 1 potion of invisibility. That seems like a prudent thing to just drink right now, and then back off a bit. Now, okay, that's going to last 20 turns, so we've got a little bit of time to sort of tinker around here, basically. They're not moving... just as I say that, they're not really moving out of the room too much. Except this Sanguiblobby. Okay, here we go. Now I've got like 2 or 3 guys. We'll back it off. I've got 5, now 4 more turns of invisibility. We should be able to get to right about here. We'll have just a couple of them within range. And these guys, I'm assuming, should come up to start fighting us. The Octo... oh, nice. Apparently there's also a trap down there that they can occasionally step on. Nice. That might be just the thing to sort of provide a little bit of aggro on them and make more of them sort of come out as time goes on here. Alright, again, Octo, still the most dangerous. And Thrusty is down. Okay. Sangublobby sees me. I'm just going to do this nice and slow. And if anything starts to go wrong, I guess we can head... I'm looking for my way out of here. We can head up, maybe try to get to the stairs that would lead to the second floor, and see if we can escape that way. Alright, Jen is dead. Let's go ahead and reapply our buffs. We'll suit up again and tap into the thaumaturgical lines. Now, nothing else seems to really be coming towards us. I'm going to equip a puffball here, which is a throwing class weapon. Creates a cloud of highly confusing toxic spores on impact. I'd like to get down far enough to actually throw this at something. There we go. So the stars above their head, I'm guessing, are the confused part. I don't know if it, like, prevents them from following me. I don't know if I hope that it does or not, really. Let's see. I'll just give this a few turns of standing by. Alright, there are more guys coming. Not too worried about the unfriendly AI constructs. They're basically a piece of cake. As my defenses are just too high for them to surpass. Okay. Let's go ahead and we'll toss another one of these down. Not sure how much damage that's really doing to anything. Not a great deal, but the confusion I think might be helpful. And it's basically the only area of effect thing I've really got. I guess I've also got acid bottle bolts. Let's check one of these out really quick. Oh, I don't have a crossbow. Yep. As I feared, that is not something I'm able to just use on its own. Oh well. So things are certainly going better. Like, I am not in absolute dire straits, or like in danger of imminent death.
Critical hit.
Still a little stressed out. Like, I'm very aware that almost any misstep here could very easily get me killed. There's also going to be like a later phase of this fight where eventually they're going to stop coming up, and I'm going to have to kind of go in there to clear out the room, you know, with enemies that are still lingering in the corners and such, and that's going to be dangerous in its own way. I'm loving the auto suit up that happens occasionally. Basically means I just don't even have to worry about it. We do have that as a ranged attack still, our little Arctic Vortex spell. And let's go ahead and pop that on him. We're going to back off a little bit here. Okay. Sangublobby, nothing to worry about too much. We have a mustache spirit, and okay, he can do asphyxiation damage. My guess is he wraps around your throat, or maybe it's like getting mustache hair in your mouth and it just strangulates you a little bit. Let's strangulate's probably not a real word. It's okay. I hope they nerf your spells. Thou art a pimple on the dungeon floor. Yeah, the smack talk is real, man. These guys aren't just looking to kill me. They want to make sure that I'm demoralized first.
Critical hits. Critical.
So I'm definitely encouraged by these opening salvos into the Monster Zoo, as things have been going pretty well so far. I like, our build is doing pretty well on just the highly focused thing. I'm also kind of taking to heart that I'm guessing min-maxing a character build is definitely what you want to do. Like sort of the one trait to rule them all. Like if this character's singular trait is just sort of block, maybe a more dexterous build would be centered around like the counter skill or something like that. Also sort of seeing the advantage of getting a single skill. Did he just summon him? Is that what happened there? Let's go and back off for a second. That steam golem seemed to kind of come out of nowhere to me. Okay. But yeah, I also think we're sort of benefiting from having some skills at fairly high levels, like getting something up to level 5 early on, and generally we've kind of ignored a lot of our other skills, keeping them at just like a level 1. And it seems to be going fine. That higher level skill giving us like a very large advantage early on. I do worry that it might not work for the magic paths to do it that way, because there are going to be mana requirements. But the skill paths for like warrior and roguish skills, they seem to be okay, just because there's not really an increasing requirement to use them. There's just a like cooldown on some of them. Thaumaturgic taps taking 30 turns before I can reuse it, but that seems to be going just fine.
Critical hits.
Well, taking a little bit of damage here. Let's go ahead and back off for a second. Go ahead and tie him up. Do a little bit of damage while we wait. And then we'll back off from these guys. Blobby. Let's go ahead and take one turn to eat something.
Eat food to regain it.
Yeah, because that Thermoblobby hit very hard. Alright, he be dead. And then I thought maybe we would just keep the Mustache Golem, or the Mustache Spirit in this case, in the fire to let it do a little bit of work for us. Alright, and I think the sandwich was a prudent choice. It's been healing us for about 15, so we'd be at like half our total health right now, if not for it. Now that the fight is kind of settled down a little bit, let's go ahead and snack up for a second. I'm thinking like the foods that are actually like less filling are the best to eat first, just to negate any sort of inventory space problems later on.
Critical hits.
Okay, and ready for the next wave of it. I saw a ton of exclamation marks above heads as I step down there. There we go. Well, just a couple of you guys at once. Oh. Come on. I'd like to actually get into a fight, considering I'm just sort of wasting my well-fed regen right now. Well, thankfully that Octo took care of that for me pretty quick.
Critical hit.
There we go. Yeah, Steam Golem
Critical hits.
not paying attention to me at all.
Critical hits.
Definitely can hit hard. Let's get out of this steam in there. Oh, come on. I hate the Octos that get just out of reach from
Eat
us.
food to regain health.
And drink our regening potion. I think it's going to do a lot more for us than just eating food would.
Critical hit.
Yeah. Our HP's coming back at a pretty lively pace here. Gonna chomp down some bread and cheese, though. Nice, healthy snack. Come on, step around the corner. This,
Your health is low.
and the sound from the Octos remains just as horrifying as the damage that they do. Also, we just got nailed by a Shroud of Darkness for the next 12 turns. We can literally just see the space in front of us right now, I think. Nope, not even that. We can literally just see where our character is standing. There we go. One of it wore off, and the second one wore off. Okay. And I was a little horrified that there might have been just enemies hot on our tail, but that didn't really seem to be the case. God, stop doing that. Okay. Let's chill for just a moment. Hang out. Let's pop Thaumaturgic Tap to get our mana back. What? Where did you come from? Random Jinn up here in a sealed room with only a ladder or staircase heading up to the floor above us. So, really no idea where he was. I like how they have a death animation that basically makes it look like they're a balloon that's being deflated whenever they die. Okay. Probably enough that right as we get down here, we'll nom a cheese log and then head back into the fray a little bit. Now, Monster Zoo's looking pretty cleared out. Oh, that's not good. Please get me out of that. Yeah. The main danger, I feel like, is going to be from these Octos and me having to actually go into the room. Since they all have ranged attacks, they're going to be very happy with just sitting back and letting me get pelted unless I really chase them down.
Your health is low.
And as you can see, they can be very dangerous because our giant armor absorption stat doesn't do much against any kind of other damage. Okay, gonna have to eat. Running actually very low on food. Yeah, we've cleared out everything out of here. We still have 2 grilled steaks and a dire sandwich, but that's really it. Wonder if any of this heals me. Fell truffle, grunge ear. The puffball is what, or the odious puffball is what generated these. Greedy Some boots. Excellent with lemon sauce. Oh, grants the ability to drain life force. Okay. An inky. Not really sure. Maybe like an invisibility or something. A real mushroom better feared than loved. Okay. Well, the ability to regain life force might be very helpful for the upcoming fight. I'm debating whether or not to use the food or save it.
Critical hit.
Oh man. I imagine these guys are not going to be pushovers. They have the little sparkly things above their head. Let's go ahead and withdraw from that fight for a moment. And we are beaten and bloodied. Well, gotta do it. We've gotta eat the foods. Also, did the vending machine show up on our mini-map? I can't recall. The only one I know for sure would be the very starting location had them. We're gonna equip a puffball. We're gonna throw a puffball. That should do a pretty decent job of making everything in that room hate us, if they didn't already. And then, did anything come out to play? Let's go ahead and odious puffball up then. Chuck another one in there. Maybe it does no damage? Yeah, okay, so it just does the confusion. It's really just better for escaping, would be my guess. Let's go ahead and try this. Okay, so for 19 turns, we're going to gain Blunge Cap Vampirism. It gives us the ability to drain life from your enemies when you attack them. So we're at 51, go to 54, go to 50. That hurt a bit. Okay, things are going pretty well. Thankfully, let's get out of that. Yep, and then Thermoblobby. Okay. Got that sorted. And anything else coming? Doesn't look like it. Running a little low on supplies. No reason not to eat these. They're not even going to get us back to full health. We'll just barely step in and see what wanders up to greet us. I'm also going to go ahead and eat this. Okay. Just gave us 12 additional HP, it looks like. It's going to last until we get hit 5 times. 4 times. 2 times. And it's gone already. And that lasted a very long time, obviously. We've almost got this sorted out. Oh, yes. I've completely forgotten about the potentiality of leveling up and all of that. Okay, very nice, very nice. Alright, what do we got here? Offensive maneuvering could gain us some counter chance. Mainly, we'd just be wanting to get ambidextrous defense for the 4 additional block, I'd say. Duck and cover can give us 2, 1, 1, and then 8. Unholy Warcry, Hand of Belimawur. Fiery attacks. Okay. Thor's Fulminaric Bolt. Call down lightning. Conduit for more mana regen. Channeler. And Visible geometries. Not really sure what that would do. Maybe that's a teleportation, actually. Master of Ley Lines can use invisible geometries to move without moving, but only in cardinal directions. Be warned, though, for moving through the ethereal realm greatly saps magical strength. I'm guessing that's a teleport of some type, maybe? And then we've still got all of these guys down here for mostly traps and that sort of stuff, as I haven't really been crafting much. Alright, given the options, I think the shield path is going to make the most sense. At least for right now. The other option, I think, would be this, as maybe our defense is good enough and we just need to pick up a little bit more offensive abilities. Let's actually try that. First of all, Unholy Warcry drives fear and weakness into the hearts of enemies, reducing their ability to fight, and more importantly, to fight back. Oh. This didn't go as deep as I thought it was, so there's only a handful of enemies left. Nice. Not entirely sure what it did, but
critical hit.
I'm going to assume it was good for us. Nice. And again, Unholy Warcry. Okay, I think that made everybody flee. So that would also be a fairly decent option when encountering any monster zoos in the future.
Critical.
9 righteous, as you can hear. It's like the holy sound that happens there.
Critical hit.
Awesome. Monster Zoo cleared. And I got awarded with a pretty cool shield. 3, 5. Let's go ahead and swap that for that. Sweet. Okay. Well, that's pretty much awesome. This... Oh, come on. This trap did its part. There we go. That trap did its part, constantly shooting lightning bolts down into the room as monsters walked over it. That was very convenient placing. We do have to make some considerations about supplies. I wouldn't say no to any kind of food vending machine showing up here. Or maybe it becoming prudent to head back and grab some more. Either way, I think after that long and drawn-out battle is going to be as good a time as any to just wrap this episode up. We'll make it just kind of all about the Monster Zoo as we ran into it in like the third room we opened. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you're excited that we finally beat one, and that maybe Monster Zoos are not going to be the finale of every episode from here on out. If you did, feel free to come back for more. Hit the subscribe button, leave a like or a comment if you have anything to say about this or any of my other videos, and I will catch you guys next time.